Oh, boys. How's it going? This is the end of day 3. My name is Billy and William. Today, I'm just going to go through how my character is doing on my ladder progression. I didn't really do that many update videos at all, to be honest, on my last season. So I'm going to try and get a few more of those out now. Maybe there'll be some builds along the way of some other stuff I've been working on. But yeah, shit's going pretty well. Now, I started off kind of bad with some pretty irresponsible decisions starting out this build. One of those being my base stats of strength is now 223, but don't worry about that. I'll explain why. We're a melee hybrid druid. Now, the whole point of this is kind of stemming from when I was a kid. When I first played this game, I had a maul on my druid, and I thought it was the coolest fucking thing. And I don't really like the look of a werewolf. Grizzly's a bit annoying. You can't cast some skills, notably teleport. Blizzard fixed that, but other things. And I'm like, fuck it. I want all the benefits of melee as well, and use a wicked two-hander with bumping up elemental damage. So that's what I'm doing. If you saw my last video with the Zeal Phoenix on that variant, don't worry about it. It'll come. I'll show more in detail as closer I get to gearing out that build, but we're far away from that. And this is a completely different build, okay? Now, what we have is we have an elemental druid using our Windhammer. We've got max synergies for Twister, level 22. This is 1 ED off perfect. I traded 2 perfect amethysts for it, so I'm pretty fucking stoked, boys. So max synergies for Twister, right? We've got Tornado 10%, Hurricane 10%. It does over 600 damage whenever we're slapping through. It's pretty good. Our attack rating is decent, our stats are decent, our res is not that great with our setup here, but with how good our Cyclone Armor is now, it works. So, I'll get into it, boys. We're level 82, strength is quite high because we don't have Annihilus, we don't have Torch, we don't have like 3-piece Immortal Kings yet to get a bunch of strength for us to save stats on our Windhammer. So yeah, unfortunately, we have to cut some of our vitality to put into here. That's why it's high. Dexterity is very limited. I put some in up to 70. It's okay though. Borderline, I would say. Skills is kind of cool. We've got mainly elemental. So if I find some elemental skills along the way, if I find like an amulet with +3, if I find Grand Charms and Skillers, then I'll keep hold of those and use them where I can, right? But I still want to have enough attack rating, enough physical damage where I'm actually dealing and you know, killing shit with my hammer as well on that physical front. So the way I'm doing this is cold damage for Hurricane and then physical damage from our hammer, and it's working quite well. Now I've got 8 into Arctic Blast because that specifically gets us to stun length of 1 second on our Twisters. Now on Windhammer, I've got 33% chance to cast Twister when we're going through. So let me go to Black Marsh, find some enemies so I can show you. Give me a small pack, not an elite pack, that's cringe. 1, 2, 3, and then we should proc some Twisters without dying. There we go. Twisters, we get a slight stun. It's pretty good. When I'm running through, I found it's quite handy if I actually cast Twister when I'm running in to initially stun, so I'm not running into physical attacks if they're already in cast range. So there, boom, Twister, and then I run up and smack. Those are all cold immune, so I'm going to run away from those. What I also do have is Hurricane, giving us cold AoE. We got Cyclone Armors, pretty good. There we are. These are all cold resistant. Why am I even here, boys? Let's go back to the skills. So, Cyclone Armor on Switch, we do have buff to 1200. With Hurricane, we have 1580. So it's looking pretty good, boys. The rest of the skills, we have nothing in Shapeshifting. And we have 1-point wonders down here with Wolverine at 12. I don't need 12 at the moment. I can respec. It is what it is. And 1 Grizzly is definitely worth the 1 point. Saves me a lot of hassle. So, Windhammer, that's our main smackaroo. We don't have a socket in it yet, we don't need the attack speed for the Shale. If anything, we'd be better off using a Hell Rune, but then we'd have to respec anyway, right? To be able to save the stats for strength to even warrant using a Hell Rune. We have Hustle for run walk speed. We just found a Co-Rune earlier today on stream, that was fucking awesome. So this is well worth it. This is our third Archon plate that we rolled sockets in to get that too. We also have these quite nice gauntlets. The attack speed is irrelevant because we're already capped at the moment for single target. 3 lifesteal, dual res. We've got 2-piece angelics up here. This bumps us up to 11k, 11,000 attack rating. Plenty, to be honest. Immortal King's belt. I do want to try and get some other Immortal Kings. If I can get the gloves, if I can get the boots as well, then that goes quite nicely. The boots have life, they have run speed, they have attack rating. I also have this beautiful ring here. So attack rating, lifesteal, dexterity, that's the good stuff that I'd want. Yeah. We have boots, very temporary, res with run speed, hit recovery. But this is probably one of our more notable items from our latest stream, is +3 hurricane, 3 sockets. We made a bulwark in it, which is very good for our melee setup. So that rolls from 10 to 15 damage reduction. We got a small one at 10%, but everything else is beautiful. Vitality, replenish life, which we need. Life stolen is amazing on this build because we're hitting with a massive brick, boys. So we get a lot of that back. The charms are not really that fun. They really are garbage, run speed, and attack rating only. But what is fun is on Switch, we have an Earth Shifter with a socket 15% requirement reduction jewel in there. Now, I traded some silk weaves for a co-rune for this because on Switch, we pretty much have enough strength, right, to wield both of these. So what I do is I switch, I get +7 on here to cast all my stuff for pre-buff. 7 skills, bro. It's massive. Like, if I had a spirit, there's 2, and then +3 from something else. Like, sure, I could make a spirit, and then I could have, like, where is it? Here. Earth Shaker, right? +3. But still, this is +7. It's the best pre-buff we can get. It's amazing. I'm keeping it also because I might shift into a fire Maul variant later on, I'm not sure, but at the moment we're focusing wind. Okay, I'm going to go into a couple of areas and let's find somewhere to farm. Where was I farming before? Should we go out of Cloister? Let's go in a Cloister. Fuck it. I'll show you boys a bit of gameplay because I'm pretty happy with compared to day 1 and day 2 on how brutal this was, and everyone coming in on stream like, Billy, what the fuck are you doing? Oh my god. We can farm now. It is good. So our attack rating is 11,000. Our mercenary has Blessed Aim, Duriel Shell, Cure, and a Grand Crown. We have Bone Hue, Ethereal with Am Shale. So we're very fortunate to have a very strong mercenary to help us through. Again, casting Twisters when running in. Oh. Very big brain. It makes me want to put more points into fucking Arctic Blast just to get more stun. It's like not worth it. It doesn't give anything. It gives like Twister duration per level. That's it. It's such a wasted point, but I kind of want to do it. I don't know. I've wasted enough points and skill points with this. Bone Ash immune to cold, but that's fine because we are physical as well. There we go, boys. Ah, it was good. It was a very rough. Oops, my bad. It was a very rough day 1 and day 2, trying to get up all the melee bits that you need, like 2-piece angelics, something with attack speed, having sufficient bloody just res, right? Like we had things like this along the way as well. We had Visionary mod, 1 Druid skills, lightning res, which is very cute. Spirit Keeper was donated to us from one boy, so it's very handy. We also had something like Hearth, which has Canopy Frozen. We made that in a Wolverine base. Very cute. +3 Hurricane with MF. We got some stuff to kind of switch about. We also have Kira's Guardian with Canopy Frozen. So we can chuck that on if we feel like we want a little bit more resistances, and then we can go somewhere else. So with the +3 off, we've got 1380 on our Hurricane, and then our Cyclone Armor is 1200. The Absorb on that is amazing and allows us to get away with, you know, having lower resistances in some areas. Let's find out where the barracks are, boys. Or should we go to Maui? Yeah, let's go down here to Maui Highland. So, what am I kind of going for from here? Well, the main chase piece that I'm after for this build, it is, to no surprise, going to be Enigma, really. Once I have Enigma, then I can teleport and farm a lot more easier in areas I can pick and choose. Other than that, it's really fleshing out the build. So I want to focus more in towards hurricane damage, and my physical damage is on single target. So a Reaper's Toll Decrepify on the Mercenary with Treachery and G-Face would be a great go-to. I might even give Cure, to be honest. That would be a good option. Other than that, I need things like Immortal Kings, high resistances, high strength, and sort out this Windhammer, you know? Am I going to socket it? Am I going to try and get an Ethereal one and zob that shit? That would be amazing, and I would nut all over my screen if I found one of those. That's where I'm at, boys. That's where I'm at. I have played around and done some testing with one of my mates on trying to figure out the Earthshifter variant, which is this, right? Which has the Fissure on striking. It is kind of fun. It does do over 1,000 damage when you have it fully synergized. It's better on the top end damage, more AoE, but it means that we lose the synergy bonus for Cyclone Armor, we lose the crowd control from Hurricane and Twisters and the stun duration, so it's not as safe, but it's more top end damage. So I'm unsure if I want to try that right now. I think it's best to stick with where I currently am at with this and try and fill out a few more bits of gear. Immortal Kings, Earth Windhammer, Enigma looks like the way to go, really. That's it. Just keep on keeping on. I'll keep you guys posted next time through, but there you go, boys. This is the hybrid melee elemental druid. Shapeshifting is for pussies.